And now let's talk about my favourite bizarre, weird story of the day. Sheridan Smith, a great actress, by the way, but every actor and actress has their bad day. They have a bad script they don't quite spot, and all actors have the turkeys on their CV. And I'm afraid that Sheridan Smith's will forever be opening night, which was at the Gielgud Theatre in the West End. Closed early. Audiences were bored. They were walking out. They were falling asleep. It just didn't work. It was a flop. That's the way it goes. That's the way it goes. Rufus Wainwright, the singer, he was the composer of the music. He blames Brexit for the failure of this production. He said it was too European and British people lacked the curiosity that required for a production like this since Brexit. Extraordinary thing to say. I might even say it sounds to me slightly racist, to be honest with you, since that's the fashionable accusation to make against people. Let's talk to a political consultant, former director of comms at the Brexit Party, Gawain Towler. Hi, Gawain.
Hi there, good evening, Kev.
I mean, this was bizarre, wasn't it? You know, like we're all used to, I blame Brexit, I blame Brexit, I blame Brexit for everything. But the failure of a play, I mean, I read all the reviews, and it's quite expensive to go to the West End these days, so I thought I'd give it a miss. Then I read all these stories about audiences falling asleep, walking out in the middle, literally in the middle of the play, and I was so intrigued, I said to my wife, let's go and see this, I bet it'll be funny. And she pointed out, yeah, it'll be a 220 quid joke we can enjoy. It costs a lot of money to go to the theatre in the West End these days, so I gave it a miss. So with that caveat that I haven't seen it, this was not the reason. It wasn't Brexit and narrow attitudes that caused this play to fail. It was because it was crap, wasn't it?
You've got to remember that at the time of the referendum, we were told that the country was going to suffer from super gonorrhea and we would cause the Second World War. So a play failing is just minor details in comparison to the disasters that we were supposed to create. I find it rather glorious. The very idea that a London theatre audience is essentially a bunch of gammons from the north, and therefore them not coming to the show is a proof of Brexit's damage, is preposterous. Yeah. The London theatre audience, I suspect, if you were to poll them, is probably 90%, 90% pro-Remain. So, yeah, it's a bit of a stretch.
Also, Gawain, this is a play or a musical. It's about a New York actress. An alcoholic actress. It was famous for the fact that it sort of indulged in all these kind of video tricks. And in the middle of the play, in character, Sheridan sort of staggered off the stage and out the back of the theatre and then fell over in the streets of Soho, and this was relayed back to the audience inside. And pretty soon, the crowds outside the theatre to witness her tumbling over were bigger than the crowds inside. And the local restaurateurs all said, this is great, because all the people are coming to watch her fall over every night, and then they go to the restaurant. They didn't go to the theatre. This was...
So it's good for London's nighttime economy, then? Is what you're saying.
It literally was, but not for the theatre. This was clearly a bad musical that people didn't like.
It is clearly the case, and I like the way The Guardian describes it having mixed reviews. Yes, The Guardian gave it 4 stars. Pretty much everybody else
gave it no stars.
The FT, that famous nest of Brexiteers, gave it 2 stars and was very panning of it. Yeah. Look, it is good that a play was put on that's new, that's not a remix, it's not just a bunch of pop songs strung together with a story. It is good that a bit of risk was taken. But with risks come the possibility of failure. And then to turn around and blame the failure on something that happened, let's think, how many years ago?
Yeah, I mean, 2016.
6 years ago.
Yeah, 2016.
It's a bit of a push.
Yeah, I mean, let's just ruminate very short. I've got to go in a second, but this is what Rufus Wainwright, the singer and the composer of the music of opening night, said to the Guardian. It got poor reviews because it was too European, and British people have lacked curiosity since Brexit. I don't even know what that means. I do feel that since Brexit, England has entered into a darker corridor where it is a little more narrow in its outlook, and the vitriol, because we put English Rose Sheridan Smith through the ordeal of European theatre, felt a little suspect to me. I mean, what is he going on about?
Do you think he's ever been to the opera? Sell out at Covent Garden. Not many British operas there, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Or the ballet, a traditional British art form. Yeah. Oh, come off it.
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
All over the country, people watch the genius that is European football stars. Yeah. We pay good money. The idea that we don't have imagination, that we're not interested in what goes on abroad, of course we are. Good stuff carries.
One of the greatest artistic cities on the face of the earth, obviously. And I think, over in America, we're going to be covering this in the next hour. You've got Trump derangement syndrome, all these people who are just mad in their hatred of the Donald. It literally maddens them. And over here, this is Brexit derangement syndrome at its worst, isn't it?
It's long Brexit derangement syndrome. It's not just Brexit derangement syndrome, it's long Brexit derangement syndrome. It's been going on for a rather long time. But I mean, as I say, the fact that the Gielgud Theatre was prepared to put on his show shows that the imagination and the desire is there.
Exactly.
It's just sadly the delivery isn't quite up to scratch.
No, it wasn't. It was a rubbish play, and that's why it failed. Gawain Towler, thank you very much for talking to me.